everyone, it's Lizzie from Lizzie's Roller Gems. Welcome back to my channel. This is my first Wip&Chat of 2023. I know it's a long time coming. It is now the 17th of January. And I haven't filmed anything, but I'm going to let y'all know why I haven't filmed anything and work on this painting. Now, I was super excited because I thought I only had 4 paintings left in my stash to complete, and I had completed 3. So that means 1 left. But I just realized I had 5 in my stash. So I still have 2 to complete, and I'm working on the 4th one right now. I'm trying to keep the bird quiet, but it's morning time and he just wants to chirp. But let's see if I can keep him quiet for the time being. So this is my dreamer's design. I forget the name of the artist. It is nowhere near me right now. I think it's Curtis something. I don't know for sure because I can't remember. And it's the skull lady with the guitar. So Clem worked on this for a little bit for me. And like I told you, I'm having a really hard time with these dreamer design symbols because they're so alike and the color in the background does not match the painting, and it's really getting on my nerves for say. And because I never look at the guide. Okay, I know a lot of people convert to the guide, but I don't really convert to the guide. I just go by these stickers. And I don't know why, because these are brown up here. Like, I have to turn off my light pad so you guys can see. I know I have the camera up pretty high, but see how these are brown? And then he continued on this dark black or grayish black, and I'm not sure why he did that when he saw brown here. Obviously, like when I looked, like I'm working on this section right here, and I was going to start this color, and I'm thinking, well, this doesn't look right. Why is this brown here when there isn't any up here? Then I looked further up and I'm like, oh, Clem made a mistake. So he worked on this section for me. Lord knows if there's anywhere else that I might find, but right now I found this mistake. So I pulled them all out, and now I'm going to correct it while I'm on camera with you guys. I'm using my fluorescent orange Bella Art in a cold tray and my pen from Pen Diamond, I think it's Diamond Pal Pens or DP Pal Pens. It's Diamond Pens, I think. Diamond Pal Pens, I'm pretty sure. I always get the name wrong. Beautiful pens. Super expensive for me to buy, but I love them. I have 2 of them. Yeah, maybe someday in 2023 I'll buy some more. I was gonna do a video of all the accessories I bought from 2022, but I didn't get around to it. I have a couple of unboxings I gotta do. I have 3 post reviews already ready to go. I just gotta get time to film it, and you know, my workspace isn't that big, so it's really hard to do post reviews on big paintings. So that's been kind of my little bit of a dilemma. So what's been happening, why I haven't diamond painted? Honestly, my week off from work around Christmas break and stuff, I just wanted to relax and diamond paint and try to kick off those paintings. Like behind the scenes, I was working. Obviously, I got 3 paintings done, and I'm working on this one now. Sorry about that, I coughed. Hopefully I can edit it out if I remember. So I've been just kind of binge watching TV shows. I'm working away on my paintings, and then when it comes time to filming, I'm like, Then Luna comes home. The bird is yapping, which she wants to yap right now. And it's just a thing. And then this morning, I was just about to film thinking I had like an hour before Luna got up, and yeah, no, she got up, but she's left to the babysitters. So now I'm trying to film this, and now the bird wants to yap when she was quiet earlier. I can't win to lose in this house, I tell you. And then Marlo got sick. He had a very bad UTI. And I had to take him to the vet. He was peeing blood. And I was really, really worried. And I took him to the vet. And kind of like hit the side. And then she kind of shuts up a little bit because she thinks it's the cat or something. I don't know. And then so I had to get Marlo medicine, and then they put him on this dog food. Marlo's a cat, Liz. Cat food. You know how hard it is to get a cat in a carrier? Ugh! Especially a fat cat in a carrier. So he gave him medicine. He gave him some pain medicine too, but he would not take the pain medicine at all to save his life because it was liquid form, and I gave it to him once, and that was enough for him. And then I tried to give it to him again, and he took off like a bat out of hell. So as long as he was getting the pills, and then he was starting, the first time he took the pill, he ate it no problem, not thinking. And then the second time it was harder, so then I had to start crushing them and putting it in with a little bit of mixed soft food with the dry food. And then I had the veterinarian, they also said he needs to be put on this special food for urinary tract infections, because once a cat gets one, they're going to be prone to them again. So now he's on this food for the rest of his life. So the veterinarian says, and it's $81 a bag. And it's for diet control too, but after his weight gets under control, I can switch him to just the urinary tract one, which I don't know if it's a little bit cheaper or not than the diet one. I don't know if I can find the same kind of stuff at like PetSmart or something that is a little bit cheaper than $81, because it's $81 and it's not that big of a bag. Like, I'd be okay if it was like a huge bag for $81, but it's not. So I don't know if I'm going to try to look into, because, you know, I want the best for Marlo because I love that cat so much. Thank you, Susan. Ugh, get so mad thinking about it, because that darn cat is my life now. And I was so concerned, like, you don't even understand. He started peeing blood. I started noticing on the Sunday him acting weird. And he was peeing on things that he doesn't like. Marlo goes to his litter box. He doesn't pee on things. And he started peeing on things. And it made me wonder what was wrong with him. And then the Monday morning, he started peeing blood. And I really got really worried and concerned. And it was like I was on pins and needles till 9 o'clock to call the veterinarian. Because, you know, I didn't want this cat to die. Because if you remember, Alyssa got a cat from a shelter and it passed away. Like, we didn't even have it for more than a month or two, and it just dropped dead. So I was very concerned, and I didn't want anything to happen to Marlo because he is my life. Because I've grown to love this cat immensely. I don't know, he bonds with me, and I don't know if it's because he knows I'm the one that picked him out in the shelter and told Alyssa I think you should get him, or what, but I love that cat so much. And I was quite concerned about him. I was not feeling well anyway that morning because I've been having this problem with my stomach, which is kind of stopping me from doing videos as well. And I really got to watch what I'm eating because I get these flare-ups and it's like my body can't adjust the food and I don't know what's going on with me. I mentioned it to my doctor, but when I go to my doctors, I don't see him for a very long time. So I try to like fill in everything that's wrong with me, and sometimes he ignores some of it because I have so many problems to report. And then he just looks at me like I'm cuckoo or something. I don't know, but this is a really concerned of mine of what's going on with me, because I'm not one to be like this. It's like my body won't digest it. I burp like sulfur burps, and then if my body doesn't digest the food that I ate like 5 hours ago, and then I end up throwing it up, and it does not taste good coming back when it's been sitting in your stomach that long. Yeah, kind of gross. Don't be eating anything while you listen to my Wip&Chat. So anyway, and then I get bowel problems, it all connected, intertwined, and it's just horrible. It's a horrible feeling. I gotta look for S next. I'm starting to get used to where the symbols are. I'm telling you, I don't like Dreamers Design symbols. I don't know how many times they can stress this. And they need to work on their symbols. The painting and everything else I love. I just don't really like the symbols. Is that too much to gripe about? I don't know. Maybe some people think so, but I don't think so. It's not like they're not clear. They're just, I don't like the way they're printed. Does that make any sense? And obviously it's printed shitty because I just had to fix a whole problem that my boyfriend did when he was trying to help me. And he didn't really help me. Just made more work for me, really. So anyway, that's pretty much what's been going on. And then my aunt passed away this week. Well, last week. And I had to leave work early on Sunday to go to visitation. And then Monday was the funeral. And it was a very odd funeral. So it was my aunt on my dad's side. Oh yeah, I have found some scandalous rumor about my family that I did not even know about. And I'm like, how did it not, in 49 years, did I not hear this scandal? So I'll tell you about that in a minute. But first of all, my aunt was my dad's sister. She was the youngest of them all. She was the last one to go. At least I think. Anyway, I'll tell you more about that after. And so she had 2 children, my cousins. And for some reason that I don't know, and I don't know why, they're not talking. But my aunt hasn't talked to her son in 10 years or more. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the fight was about, because nobody really talks about it. But anyway, so she lived in a granny flat that my cousin Marlene and her husband built in their house for their mom and dad. Now, I didn't realize that her dad lived there also for a couple of years. I thought she moved in after her husband died, but apparently it wasn't. See, this is how much I remember. He was still alive when they moved in with Marlene. So they're living with Marlene. And somehow she got in a fight with her son and they hadn't talked So, in the obituary, at first I thought she wasn't going to mention Al, but she did at the end of the one thing, but with not very much detail like she did of her family. And then she did the video for the funeral. There's not one picture of my cousin Alvin. So of all the years of growing up and everything, there is nothing of my cousin Alvin. And I found it kind of disturbing. Like, I understand, I get it that they weren't talking, but he still was her son. And I feel kind of bad. Like, I don't know. I have mixed emotions. He was there, and I felt like he was excluded out of all of the funeral stuff because of this fight, whether he cared or not. It probably bothered him and his family, you know, that they were not included in anything. But in the same fact, they haven't, like, spent any time with her, you know. And I can see Marlene's point too. Like, it's a hard situation, and I was just there for, like, both of them, you know. I don't take sides. And a very awkward funeral, to say the least. So that's the thing. But then my sister tells me in the car on the way to the cemetery that, well, my sister Yvette pipes up and says, Marlene said there's 5 brothers and sisters. Did she make a mistake? There's only 5. And she said 6. Like, did Marlene make a mistake? And then Helen's like, well, no, she's probably talking about the child your grandfather had an affair with and had a child. And I'm like, what? Like, how did I not know this in 49 years that my grandfather had an affair and had another child? And she was a girl. And I've never met this aunt in my life. I don't even know if she knows them. Well, apparently my grandmother knew, and my grandmother was the godmother of this child. Like, I can't even acknowledge any of this and who it is. Like, is she still alive? So I don't know. Do I still have an aunt out there, or did she pass away? She might have passed away because all of them are gone. So I don't know. Or she might still be alive. I don't really know. And it's kind of like freaked me out a little bit. That all these years, like, I was my grandfather's favorite. I was his sucky baby growing up. All my cousins, Marlene, Al, everybody knows that I was my grandfather's favorite. But to find this out about my grandpa is like, wow, I did not think my grandfather would have an affair. But, you know, scandalous that it is, it happened. And it's not like it doesn't happen in this day in society, but back then it probably was very scandalous. And for me just to find out now, I'm like, Helen, how are you keeping this information from me for 49 years? Maybe she really is my mother. No, my kids joke around that my sister Helen is my actual mom and not my sister, but I'm pretty sure she would have told me by now. You would think, right? No, I don't know. Alyssa jokes around and calls her grandma. She gets very angry about it. That she calls her grandma. It's just a thing. Just an inside joke in the family. But yeah. And they didn't have a luncheon afterwards, which was kind of a bummer because I really like those Portuguese luncheons. But so we went to the Portuguese bakery and I got a bifana. What's a bifana? Bifana is a pork cutlet on a Portuguese bun, and that we call popsicks. And they like fry up onion and they put hot peppers on it, and I should have told them no hot peppers, but I wasn't even thinking. And that's what we had for lunch at the bakery. And then I bought some Portuguese queijadas. They're like a flaky. I should have saved one, but I gave the last two to Clem to take to work because he really, really loves them. Like, he'll eat them by the dozen if I let him. They're that. He loves them that much. They're like in a crusty, flaky, like, cup. Like, they're a cupcake. Kind of like a cupcake. Like, they're in a crusty, like, pastry. And it's filled with this yellow custard, but a little bit more sweeter than normal custard. And then the top sometimes looks burnt. Anyway, he loves them, and I bought a dozen of them to bring home. And then I bought this other thing that kind of looks like a molasada, but it's not. But it had custard in the middle. Not the same custard as those cupcakes. It was more like a bland custard. And then they're coated with sugar. Not the best for my diabetes, I'm not gonna lie. But I liked every single bite of it. And then I wonder why my stomach's the way it is. But anyway, that's what I had for after the funeral yesterday. And then I thought, oh, I'm gonna film. But no, I just started watching TV again. And, you know, I just get into watching my shows. And then Luna came home. And then it's like, oh, well, she makes a racket. She's so cute right now. She says, she calls me Bobo. Instead of Vovo, she calls me Bobo because she can't say Vovo. So she'll say, I love you, Bobo. I'm like, I love you too. Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. And I love her so much. I went grocery shopping yesterday and I bought her yogurts and I bought her stupid, I shouldn't say stupid, but it's, you know, those applesauce squeezy things that all the kids are raving about now. Got her those because I noticed that Sarah hadn't bought them yet for her this week. So I was at the grocery store. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get my baby her food that she likes, her treats. She loves the yogurt. She'll have one before bed. She loves those, you know, those liquid yogurts. That's as much dairy as we can. And she only drinks chocolate milk. Like, that's as much dairy we can get into her. Because she does not like white milk. She'll gag. She'll gag if we give her white milk. It's weird, I know. Maybe when she gets a little bit older, she might eat it in cereal. I don't know. But right now, every time we try to give it to her, she gags. It all started after a weekend she spent at my ex-husband. So what my ex-husband did to her, I don't know if he fed her chocolate milk and that ruined her. Like, I don't know what happened. But she drank milk fine up until a weekend with him. I blame it on him all the time because I can, because he's my ex-husband. And I don't really care for him. Does anybody care for their ex-husbands? I don't know. Maybe there's some people out there that have a civil relationship with their ex-husbands. I do not. Like, my kids are grown up and they're older now. There's no need for me to talk to that man, and I don't. Like, he never helped me raise my kids. I raised them all by myself. I never got child support for them. Well, 2 years I got $200 a month. What's $200 a month? That's nothing. I can't even buy a week's groceries for less than almost $200 now. Like, I went to the grocery store yesterday and I really did not buy much to make for dinners, and I spent $185. And I'm looking at, like, what did I spend this money on? Like, it's ridiculous. can't afford to eat. Oh, but I bought Tide, which was 14 something, and I only got like 41 pods or something. I get the pods. I like pods. And then I got those little round sprinkly things you can put in the wash. They're expensive too here in Canada. I don't know if they're expensive in the States, but they're super expensive here. Like, even when I go to the United States, the few times that I have gone, I've noticed their grocery prices are just as par as ours, pretty much. Other than maybe your milk and your bread is cheaper than ours. But everything else seems to be pretty much the same price. And you can't go grocery shopping anymore. And like in Canada, you can't use the coupon thing like you do in the States, where you don't pay anything because you use all these coupons. Yeah, it don't work like that here in Canada. Like, you can do it to a certain degree, but not like those people on extreme couponers do. I used to have a Kroger card too, but I think I threw it out one time when I was cleaning out my wallet because I didn't have my passport anymore, and I'm thinking, well, why am I going to use this Kroger card for when? And I think I threw it out. And meanwhile, now I got my passport again. I can go over to the border again, which at some point I'd like to go again shopping. But I like to know, I like to go shopping when I know I have money to spend, you know. Oh, there's a bird. He wants to talk. Yeah, he gets super loud. Like, you don't even understand, to the point where it gives me a headache. And then I'm thinking, why did I put him in my craft room? And then I'm thinking, well, there's nowhere else to put him that he's safe from the cat without me paying attention, you know what I mean? Even though Marlo doesn't really seem to bother too much with him anymore, but sometimes. So, what else is new? During the Christmas break, I had to go to work a couple times by myself because Clem had holidays and I didn't. And then one morning I was driving and this animal ran, the pretty big animal, like dog looking, ran in front of me, and I'm thinking, that's not a fox because it's too big to be a fox. And I'm like, oh my god, I just saw a coyote. So I said, oh, I just saw a coyote outside of work, which, you know, was a little bit distressing because they're not very, I know they don't really hurt humans. They go after small animals for prey, but I don't know. One has rabies or something. I wouldn't want to be encountered with a coyote. I don't care who you are, but I wouldn't want to be. But then all of a sudden there's all these sightings around town. And I'm thinking, what the heck is going on? And I just finished that section. I'm like, what the heck is going on with this coyote problem? So this is what happens when you get your boyfriend to work on your paintings. Like, he puts this big gigantic piece. Now, if you see this piece, I'm going to try to show you. See how big this release paper is? So at my work, the tape that comes for the tape machines have not parchment paper, but the things that the release papers are made out of. So you can stick these down on a painting and they're not going to stick. Okay, but he puts this whole sheet down. Like, how is that supposed to help me now when I'm going down here? Like, I'm trying to square this out because he totally made a mess of my painting. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. So, like, should I try to work on this whole big section now? Or should I just cover it up and do a little section? Like, I don't even know, because this is peeing me off that he did this. But I think I might just try to work on this whole section. Can you guys see this whole section? It goes up to here. No, it's a little bit off. No, you can still kind of see it in frame. I don't know. Should I try? It's a pretty big section. I think I should cover some of it and just work on little sections. Where's my other? I just don't want to, here, what do I have here? Some frogs. Maybe I'll put some frogs down until they get to, I know this looks horrid, but this is what happens when you have a boyfriend that doesn't think when he lies down stuff. And I like looked at him like, what did you just do to my painting? And I just shake my head. Like, I don't even like argue with him anymore. Like, whatever. It is what it is. I love him to death. It was nice of him to even try to help me with this painting, even though he didn't get very far. But hey, it was nice of him to try. So I'm gonna work on this section right here. I don't know. I think you guys can see it. It's the rest of her face, and that's what I'm gonna work on next. I could do the M's because there's just like a few of them since I got the M's out already. I don't usually do that, but that's what I'm going to do this time around. So the coyotes are a problem, and then yesterday someone called me and says, oh, there was a sighting by your house. Well, Sarah's cat Izzy likes to go outside because she hates Marlowe, and I had to like hurry up and get Izzy in the house, but she didn't want to come in the house, so I put her in the garage. She seemed to be happy in the garage. I'm like, okay, freeze out here then if you don't want to come in the house. Like, I don't understand that cat. But anyways, I wanted to keep her safe from the coyote because I saw a bunny the other day running crazy in the field by my house. And I don't know if there was a reason why she was running like that. But there's a lot of bunnies in this town too. So maybe that's why the coyotes have come into town. Like, I don't even understand. Like, it's kind of freaking me out a little bit that they're here in town. Like, did our garbage draw them? But our garbage sugar is put in bins. So, like, I don't even know. And then I'm even worried about Sadie going outside. Even though Sadie's a big dog. And I told Tyler, you know, take care of Gigi and Lola because they walk him, and sometimes his girlfriend walks them at like 4 o'clock in the morning, which is the prime time for coyotes to be out. And my other dogs are tiny. Like, a coyote might eat one. I know people say cats and stuff and bunnies, but who knows? Maybe they'd eat a little dog. You never know, right? I don't like them. They have a very scary pointy face. He's not like the Roadrunner. Nope, they're not. It kind of freaked me out that I almost hit one. So yeah, that is basically, and then there was a cat that got hit on the road to work, or a coyote got it, I don't know. It was a little cat, and it was like, oh, poor thing, and its guts were hanging out. That's why I think a coyote got to it. But when I left work on Sunday, it was gone. I know, I'm talking about really morbid stuff tonight. I'm sorry. It's just the things I see. The things I see. I like this because it reminds me of the people I don't like at work. Yeah. I have them. Oh, I'm hitting the camera. I'm sorry, guys, with my head. I'm so sorry. But I don't know. Did I get enough for a whip and chat with you guys? I just talked your ears right off. Let's see how many minutes I got here. 31 minutes I've talked already. So maybe I'll pause for a minute and think of something else, and I'll be right back. So I got my canvas from, I'll do the black. There's a train. I come back when there's a train, right? Choo-choo. All aboard the Lizzie Express. Wouldn't it be funny if they're actually, I opened up a chain of Lizzie Express trains. Cheapest way on the railroad. No, just joking. I don't have money for that. I've got 2 dimes to rub together some days. So, what was I going to say? I'm going to do this black and then I'm going to call it a day because I think I got enough for a whip and chat this week. And I probably bored you enough, but I did get my painting for Love is in the Air. Love is in the air. Love is in the air. My Love is in the Air collab with Tia's Crazy Craft Addictions. If you have not gone over there and subscribed to her, go hit it because she's almost at 1,000. And wouldn't it be nice if we got her to 1,000? I'm just saying, because, you know, she's been working so hard to get there and she hasn't gotten there yet. So that would be a bonus, you know, just to hit that milestone. You don't even know how much it boosts your morale a little bit to get there. So I'm doing Love is in the Air with her. I had a couple that I wanted to put on for the series, but unfortunately, because of personal reasons, they can't do it this year. Hopefully I can get them to come on next year. We'll see. And I asked to sing. I have my one guest is going to be Janae and her husband that owns just Captured by Radiance. Well, she's one of the owners of Captured by Radiance. Her sister is also another owner. And I'm going to have them on my show. And then I'm going to have hopefully a single person. I did ask somebody, but she said she'd have to think about it. So as soon as she lets me know if she is willing to come on, that would be a bonus, but I don't know. I feel like I don't have enough Saturdays of that month to do lives, but it is what it is. I'll just have to do whip and chats with my canvas. The canvas is really cute. You would not think it has anything to do with love until you hear the title of it and the meaning of it. So you'll have to wait and see what it is, but I thought it represents love in nature, habitat of the water. Like, I don't want to give away what it is, but it is a very pretty picture. It's got a lot of purples in it, and I'm super excited to work on it. And I got a square. Woohoo! I love her squares. I just finished Turtle Cove, and oh my gosh, it turned out really good. But I want to get that unboxed soon because I want to see, because I think I'm going to glam it up. You know, I want this year, I want to try to be a little bit more exploration with blinging. Now, I know I used to do Bling Bling Wednesday, but that was mostly canvases that are already crystals or had crystals in them. I didn't really like map things out. But the one I did, one of them I did to make it Bling Bling Wednesday, and you know, maybe Bling Bling Wednesday needs to come back. You know, back then it was so much easier for me to switch out my paintings than it is now, because I had it all set up in my big living room that I don't have anymore because Sarah took it over as her bedroom. So it's very hard for me to switch out paintings. So once I get a painting on my desk, I just feel like doing it until it's complete. And that's why I haven't done much switching anymore. And I really have to try to get back into the routine of switching. But I haven't this year, so maybe I have to go about this in a different direction, a different angle. I don't know, because it's just not working out for me like it used to. Before, I used to do it all the time, and now I feel like I can't. I feel like if this craft room was mine alone, I would have enough room to do everything. But because I share it with my boyfriend, it doesn't leave me much room. And I don't mean that in a bad way or an awful way. It's just I need to learn how to cope with that. I think if we had a desk that went from end to end on the one side, we'd have a lot more storage space at the back. I'm still not done with my craft room because I still don't know what I'm going to do, and I want to frame some pictures for my craft room, and I looked on Amazon for frames, and for the size that I need, they're super expensive. I'm like, what? So I think I'm going to take a trip down to Walmart today and check out their frames because they're a lot cheaper, and see if I can find that size. But anyway, that is it. I think that's it for today. I think I've talked your ears off well over enough, and I think I got you back up to speed at where I'm at, and that is how my life is. I will have the post reviews out. I don't know if it'll be this week or next week. I don't know. Just know that they're coming. I don't know if I want to finish this one and do all 4 boom boom boom, or what I want to do. So I have that coming up. I do have an unboxing of some storage that I bought that I want to show as well, that I have not made a video for yet. But I do have this weekend off, so I plan to do some videos this weekend for sure. Like, I gotta set a day aside and do some videos for you guys. So that is my goal for this weekend, is to get some videos out for you guys. This week you'll have this Wip&Chat, and you'll have a live, and I think that's it for this week. But you'll see the live before this video, because I think I'm going to post this video for maybe Thursday, so you guys have something to watch. Now I want to make I know sometimes my comments don't work, but right here, do you guys still want shout outs? If you still want to do the shout outs, or if you want to try to do something different this year, I'm up to new suggestions of what we can do for giveaways, for 2 annual giveaways a year. I'm up to suggestions of what to do. So far I only have 1 collab under my sleeve, and that is this Love is in the Air, and then after that I'm free game. I think I want to do my Oriella painting of It Is a Hannah Lynn, And I think I want to do that one next. I think it's just sitting there in the corner of my craft room for some reason that I'm not sure why. And I just feel like I want to do her. I want to do her next. I'm not sure if she's round and square. I don't remember. I know I did an unboxing of it. I don't remember what it is. So, yeah. It is what it is. So, that's it for me today. I'm going to continue doing this and watching some TV. And I will see you guys in the flip side next week. Take care, everyone. Till next time, take care. And remember, hit that notification bell to notify you when I go live, because it's sometimes random. I try to keep a schedule, but sometimes it's random. And subscribe if you're new. If you're new to my channel and you just watched this whole video and you're thinking this chick is nuts, well, come on and join the club. And join in the craziness. Well, anyways, the girl at the end is going to tell you everything you need to know. Till next time, take care, everyone. Bye. Well, folks, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like, please subscribe to my channel. I'd be super tickle pink. And remember to hit that notification bell and it will remind you whenever I load up a video. And till next time, take care, everyone. Bye.